Have you ever felt pain in your womb, or even like emotional ache that seem that they want to come out of nowhere? Or maybe you've noticed a repeating pattern in your life, in your love, in your body, in your sense of self, and you just don't know why. In this video, I'm gonna guide you through the energetic and emotional role of the womb, what we unconsciously carry from our mother and grandmother, and how this ancestral imprint affect your body, your relationship, and even your creativity. And whether you're a woman who wants to reconnect with her body, or even a man who wants to understand femininity, this message is for you. And stick with me, because at the end, I'm gonna give you a womb release exercise that is so powerful, that really gonna help you clearing, releasing, and reconnect to your feminine truth. And if you didn't know me, my name is Florence. I'm a certified energy healer. I work mainly with Archangel, the astral realm, and I also work with the inner child, timeline shift, and all of these good things. So if you're interested or curious about energy healing, then look in my bio. There's my website where you can see what I offer. Or if you only want to watch my video, then subscribe my channel and like this video if you enjoy it. Alright, so let's get into it. The womb isn't just a physical organ. It's actually an energetic space. It's a creative container. And it actually, not only all that, it's also like a place of storage where we store all those things that happen to us, emotions. It's where we carry unprocessed trauma, unmet dreams, generational grief, and even wisdom passed from our mother or grandmothers passed down to our daughters. And it's not only energy, like even science tells us that your grandmother's experience affected your body, because when your mother was in her womb, her ovaries were already formed, including you. So the stress, the abandonment, the joy, the grief that your grandmother lived, it actually left imprint. Many of us women carries unspoken burdens. You probably are familiar with some of these already, like grief, trauma, repressed emotion, suppressed sexual energy, guilt around motherhood, abuse that was hidden, denied, or even normalized. And then we wonder why we feel so disconnected from our body and why our womb feel tightness at times. And sometimes the womb doesn't hold a baby, it holds like all these bad emotions that we've been carrying for so long, or even ancestral sadness that we were never taught how to release. And to be honest, I'm very happy I'm talking about it this week, because my womb was actually the reason why I needed to do energy healing. Well, I didn't know before. It kind of, everything lead me into this direction. It just like followed my flow. But I had so much energy stuck in there. I needed a release valve, and I was not even aware of it, because I knew something was off with me physically, but I didn't know how much I was actually carrying for too long. And because I did energy healing and I did so much of it, I did like so many energy healing, and like when I started to do energy healing, like maybe like 12 or like even like 20 energy healing in the first month or two that I did my first energy healing activation. It's like a bit complicated, but I had so much energy that it was just like trapped in me, and it didn't want to go out. And at some point, everything just went up, just like flushed it all over my body. And it's still, I know I still have like some that it didn't go all the way through yet, but I know I released so much already. And now I know how to release that valve whenever I need it. It's like I have the tools to do it. And I feel like most of women, they were like me, but they were not even aware of it. And all these repressed emotions we're pushing down, that's why it creates all this like dense energy in our womb, which can create so much like ovaries like problem, cyst, and endometriosis. And you guys, like, I'm not a doctor, but from my own experience and from what I've seen with my mother, my aunt, like women in my generation, from what I've seen and how they handle like men and women relationship, I've seen why they did like hysterectomy and all these like have all these cysts and all these issues in a womb is because they have difficulty with the men and women balance and imbalance, and they were suppressing a lot of emotion, and all this was just creating so much problem for them. And when you have no way to release them, they get stuck there, and they create all these bad problems. So that's why it's so important to have these tools to create a good flow within yourself, and that you're not scared about saying no, and you're not scared about telling your truth, so that you're just the most empowered version of yourself, and you don't keep all inside, because that's not healthy. And I just want to give you like one last example, and after I'm gonna go on, I'm gonna stop talking about it, but I think it's good to have a good example so you can actually understand why it's like it becomes so bad, these kind of issue with the cysts and all these like suppressed emotion and suppressed sexual energy. I had, actually it was my first client, and she was going through a hard time with her boyfriend. She was working with him as well, and I gave her my first healing. I was outside, I remember, and she was so busy with everything all the time. When I did the healing on her, I saw so much red in her womb area. I had so much cord that was attached there I had to remove, and I was like, okay, what is going on there? Because I know it is bad. Like, do you need to go to the doctor? Like, what is going on? And she told me that time that, and it made me very like sad for her. She had been in such a bad relationship with her boyfriend. They had like so much like on and off, and like him chasing her, or everything was so unhealthy in their relationship, and because it was tied up with her work, it was even more toxic. And she had so much cysts in her womb, and her womb was super inflated. Like, she was super skinny, but she has like super inflated womb. And I told her like, yeah, you need to go to the doctor, like you need to go and get it. And she was like, no, I don't have time, and she was not prioritizing. I was like, I'm gonna replace her at your work, like you have to go. It's like I took a bit on too much because I knew her. But yeah, it was so bad, and I knew exactly their relationship, so I knew what was going on and why she wanted to have baby with him, but she could never have baby because she had so much tumor in her womb that was unresolved and that was just too big. And she did it now. I'm very happy for her. It took her like a year to do it, but still she did it. But she had to have an hysterectomy. She had to remove her uterus because it had too much tumor in it, because she waited for too long, and now she cannot have babies anymore because of all this like toxic relationship. So you guys, like, you girls and guys, if you're a guy and you watch this, know that the way you treat your woman is so important, and so is your woman as well, you know? So it's like both need to be like good with the other, because it can create so much damage with women and their fertility and then creation center. It's like, anyway, okay, I know that was a lot, but that's the reason why I make these videos, so people can be aware of like womb work and how much is important to be in your power, stand in your power, and be kind to the other, and so roles reverse as well, you know what I mean? Now here's why men, you guys need to understand this too. And I know I talked about it a little bit, but now let's get more into the why. And it's because you're from the womb, so you've been in the womb, you've been submerged by all the emotion and that your mother like were carrying. And even if you don't have a womb physically, you still have your root chakra, you still have your relationship with your mother, your relationship with women, your sister, and your ability to hold space are all affected by womb energy. The women in your life are all walking with ancient story in their body, but when you understand this, it's when you stop taking everything personally. And that's when you can honor like the emotion and all this like crazy environment they carry. And now here's how you can reclaim your womb energy and how you can feel better within yourself and reclaim all of this power that you've been giving away. It's by sitting in meditation, doing energy healing, doing clearing. This is all like technique that can make you like sit with your womb and just sending love to your womb. And when you can actually reconnect with your sensuality without any shame or any guilt. And when you start to do that, you're gonna see the big shift within your relationships, within yourself. You will have more creativity, more flow, and it's when you're gonna stop living from old pattern and you're gonna live more from your embodied truth. And if you start to be so connected with your womb, you're gonna notice when your womb wants to speak to you, and that's when you need to know how to listen. So if you've been feeling all over the place emotionally, if you have period pain, and if your periods are irregular, it's all like sign, like little hint that tell you that your womb is off balance. So take some time, sit in quiet, listen to it. And sometimes it's not even gonna be from you, it's gonna be from ancestral healing as well. So once you start to be so deeply connected to it, you're gonna have to release like some older stuff that's gonna ask you to be released. And sometimes you're gonna have to cry, sometimes you're gonna have to shake it up, but to release it afterwards, you're gonna feel 10 times, like you're gonna feel so much better. And that's when you're not gonna carry stuck energy with you all day around. All right, here's a technique I wanted to show you about the womb release. If you're tuning within yourself, you can start meditate, feel your womb. And if you already know how to do that, then you can start to do power shaking, and it's actually really good at releasing like stagnant energy within yourself. It can really be good for your nervous system as well to release it, and you can start shaking. And what you need to do when you do power shake is you need to keep your feet like in the ground, not moving, because it just like give you this ground that you need to keep you stable. And once you do it for long, you can like do it like faster or not faster, and at some point your body is gonna do it by itself because it's used to do the movement, and you kind of gonna be in a trance zone. And that trance zone is when you really start to let yourself go in the power shaking, and that when you can start to tap on your womb. And by tapping on your womb, you empower yourself and you release every like cord and every like stagnant energy that was in there. You break like everything in there by yourself. It's actually like so good for your womb, and it helps it like so much. And you can feel it after you shake and after you do it for a while, how much like tapping it after that feel like so released. So that was my tip for the end of this video. So I hope it was clear enough for you guys. I love power shaking. It's like one of my main exercise because you can do anywhere. You don't need to be like outside grounding. You can do it like in your toilet, like hide in a closet, or you can just like do it anywhere. When you feel like you need to release something, then you can keep up with your energy release anywhere you want at any time of the day. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm so happy I finally talked about the womb because I wanted to talk about it for a while, but it was never the time. But I felt because I already did some TikTok and YouTube video about it this week that I was like, okay, maybe it's time to talk about the womb. I hope you guys learn more about it, and if you like this video, then like and subscribe my channel if you like it as well. And I'll see you next week, next Tuesday, because now I think I'm gonna do my videos long form like on every Tuesday just to keep myself like on point every week. So I'll see you next week, next Tuesday, for another video. Bye.